Kithure Kindiki was embarrassed yesterday by the people of Narumoru Ukonyeri in front of the president. You can't believe what these people did to Kindiki, the deputy president. That was an embarrassment, and it clearly shows that the mountain no longer cares about the president na watu wake wa mkono. Before I go into the details, if you are new to this platform and you're coming here for the first time, I'd like you to take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do that, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. As I've said, first and foremost, thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So as I was saying, Kithure Kindiki, who is our deputy president, was embarrassed yesterday in front of the president. You know, the president is still doing his tour of Mount Kenya, and apparently yesterday alikuwa somewhere in Narumoru in Nyeri. And the reaction of the crowd when Kindiki was trying to ask the people of Narumoru to at least heap praises on the president, to at least cheer the president and everything. The people were as cold as the weather in that area. None of them was responding. Even some were throwing words back at Kindiki. And the crowd ilikuwa ndogo sana. Forget about this war. Hii kina Itumbi wanafanya, they are photoshopping photos and making it look like the president akona a big crowd. Well, forget about that. And I told you that most of these people, most of this crowd, this paid crowd, these are people who are just hired. Unaona, there's always a narrative going outside there that you cannot buy a Kikuyu, you can only rent one. So that, I think that is the notion that is still happening. The president decided to rent Kikuyu so that they can come cheer him and everything. But there are some areas that is going, and I can tell you for a fact, the president is really facing the wrath of the people of that area. So before I go into the details, I just want you to see this video. Na kama kawaida, we'll come back and do our analysis. Why is the president facing that cold reception in Mount Kenya? Yet he's making all the effort to make sure that he sells, he adheres, he makes it he makes sure that amejiuza kwa the people of the mountain. Why are these people still cold to him? Mbona ni kama wampokei? Why are they still cold to him? That is what we'll come back and look at. So watch this video, na kama kawaida, I'll be back.
The president.
Thank you.
Raisi aendelee. Raisi asonge na kasi.
Wapi?
Asonge na kasi. Asonge na maendeleo.
Wapi?
Asonge na barabara. Asonge na stima. Wacha nione wale wanakuunga mkono rais. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Haya. Wacha nimpatie gavana wetu Bwana Kahiga atusaidie.
You have seen that video, and you can all agree with me that Kindiki was really struggling to make sure that these people at least respond well to the president. But ni kama watu wamekataa. The ground has refused completely. And I think by now, the president has realized that he has lost the mountain. Because I think someone as the president would be, unless he will be someone who doesn't it's not ako sawa if he still thinks that he can win Mount Kenya back. His trip in Mount Kenya has nothing short of disaster. You remember the trip where the president made his trip in Nairobi? You see how it was disaster. I think this one is also the same. This one has just messed things up. Because even the things that is launching, the president is launching a classroom. The president is launching a tuition block. The president is launching things that he shouldn't be launching in this 21st century. And I don't know why people in this government still think that Kenyans are stupid. Still think that Kenyans still live in the Stone Age. How do you launch a classroom and you as a president? And so if you launch a classroom as a president, the class teacher at a launch nini? The class teacher for that class at a launch nini? And this goes clearly to show that there is no development project that have been going on in Mount Kenya since the president came into power. Because the things that is launching are total disaster. And unajua these people that are going, that wanampeleka wanampigia kelele and everything. I show you a video of these people being given money to go and cheer. They have been told how they are supposed to cheer the president and everything. Wanafanya paka rehearsal. So don't be fooled. This crowd yenye unashinda unaonyeshwa ikifika saa moja kwa news, saa mbili kwa news, saa tatu kwa news, saa moja unaonyeshwa that people wamejaa, people are cheering, people are even fighting for. It is purely for aesthetics. These are just kept there so that they can entertain you, so that they can send a narrative outside there that the president is still popular. And he's going to use this one as a leverage in 2027. He's going to use this multitude of crowds to make sure that in 2027, even if he steals the votes, atawambia I was popular, me niko popular. So don't tell me that I didn't win. Unaona? But this time is going to be different. In 2027 is going to be different. Because the wrath of Kenyans, I don't think the wrath of Kenyans will allow our president or any other person to steal the election in 2027. I know there's going to be desperate effort to make sure that he tilts the election to his favor. That the efforts are going to be there, and they are going to be so desperate and zitaenda kuonekana with everyone. But I don't think that Kenyans will allow that to happen, because the way Kenyans are awake politically, and the way they are yearning for change, no one is going to sit back and watch this thing like slip away and someone takes it away again like the way they did it. So the president is just realizing the Kindiki. I don't know one thing about people don't understand about Kindiki. Kindiki was never accepted by the people. This is not a man that people loved. This is a man that Ruto appointed. He's not a person who was like alipata support from the ground. Unaona? And that's why it has been so hard for even Kindiki to do his homecoming. Why? Because the ground is hostile to him. No one likes him. No one is like so much obsessed with Kindiki and everything. People just saw him that wanamuona tu kama mtu wa Ruto wa mkono. And he has admitted in so many occasions that yeye ni mtu wa Ruto wa mkono. So with all the things that he's trying to make Kenyans believe that things are working, Kenyans know that things are not working. Kenyans know that at the end of the day, you are lying. You and your president, you and your boss are lying to us. Nothing is working. And that's why you see he's talking to people and they're looking at him. He's trying to impress the people. He's trying to say very nice things to the people about the president, but no one really cares. And I don't know who hii serikali sijini kama watasikia maneno lini. These people should understand that Kenyans have reached a point whereby they literally don't give an F. They know when you're lying to them. They know the president is a liar. He's a serial liar. They know these things. So, everything wanasema, everything he anaenda kusema, hata kama anasema kitu moja ukweli, they know that they don't believe it. That is how worse it is. That is how bad it is. And if I was the president and I kept on insisting, if I was the president, I could have stopped these things that I'm doing. Because every time I go somewhere, I end up being embarrassed more than the way, and you end up losing votes. More than zile zenye ungepata. Because you are getting nothing. And because I've also realized, even these people that are saying outside here, kumi bila break, these people are not going to vote for Ruto. This is just a narrative that people who are frustrated with who have always had issues with the way Mount Kenya have been carrying themselves. These are the same people that are saying kumi bila break. But remember, these people don't love Ruto. And majority of them, from my own analysis, are not also going to vote for Ruto. The only thing that people are saying that there is kumi bila break is because still up to now we have not had any alternative person who can challenge Ruto in the ballot in 2027. That is the reality. We have hatujapata ule candidate mwenye anaweza challenge Ruto, a strong candidate who can challenge Ruto in 2027. And you know our president will make sure that that candidate asitoke, so that he remains the only strong candidate on that ballot. That is the thing. Because candidates that could have challenged the president mwenye ako sure he can get really massive support is Babu Owino. But Babu Owino is so obsessed with being Nairobi governor as if his life depends on it. I hate that side of him. The moment I see him talk about Nairobi governorship, I just get disgusted. Because, and I've said it in so many videos, Babu Owino should not go for that seat. Kama anataka kujimaliza kisiasa aende Nairobi governor. But the guy seems to, ni kama aski. So, Who will challenge the president in 2027? That is the big question. And those people who are saying Kumi Bila break, they are saying that because they have still not seen an alternative. And I know an alternative will come. Because Kenyans malipo wamefika, they are willing to vote for anybody except Ruto in that ballot. They are willing to vote for anybody else except Ruto on that ballot. So, as much as he's trying everything to make sure that things go to his side, to his favor, trust you me, it's not going to be easy. The ground is so hostile to that person, to a point whereby anywhere he has to go, lazima watu wakuwe bribe wakuja wamcelebrate. Because the same thing that is happening in Central happened in Kisumu. People are being paid to go and cheer the president. Yet these are the same people that the president thinks that on our support. And the president should always ask himself, if even when Raila is in the ballot, even when Raila has the highest chance of turning out to win this election, the people in Unyanza always turn out 60% or 70% at most. None. So where does he expect that if right now and Ruto ndiye anaenda and not Raila or anybody else, do you expect these people to even turn out to 80%? They will turn out 40% at most. You get? So if you are smart and you're someone who is like unanini, you must understand that the president has lost Mount Kenya, and I from his experience in politics, he understands this. So I don't know which game plan he's trying to bring here, but for me, as I said, and I said it in another video, the president has no interest in winning Mount Kenya vote. The president just wants to divide the Mount Kenya, the Mount Kenya east and west, wakuwe separate, kila mtu apige kura kivyake, so that he can scatter those votes. As to whether that one will work is a wait and see. But anyway, guys, what do you think? You can put your suggestion in the comment section. Tell us what you think about this whole thing. As for me, I've told you what I feel. Tell us what you think, and share it in the comment section. But above it all, try as much as possible to remain respectful. I'm very happy with people who are commenting and they're remaining respectful, our Tukanani and everything. That is what we call maturity in politics. Let us play politics that is so mature and everything. And another thing, I want to make this platform in a grow, so that even those people who are in the comment section will always have a platform where they can come and talk about politics and the governance of this country. So you can support this platform with whatever you have. The number is always there. The idea is to make it the space to be big enough so that we can accommodate many people, and we can always have these live sessions whereby we discuss politics in depth, so that we can start now developing leaders that will take over from the old guards who are now being phased out. Because if you have never noticed, the last person who will work from Moi's era, who will still be influential, that kind of those politicians, the last person ni Ruto. After Ruto, we are going to have a set of very, very young people moving into the future. So I want you to support this platform, as I've said, with anything, and it will all go into that kitty of making sure that we expand this space. So thank you. Until next time, bye-bye.
The African Update.